Hello YouTube, this is Keith Kevin Ken. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Time again for another knife of the day. This is the series where I go through my collection one knife at a time, one day at a time. We're still working through the Spydercos. Yeah, we're over 150 knives on the playlist, and we've got a bunch more to go, and then we move into all the other knives that I have. Bunch of Browse blades and Chris Reeve knives, whole bunch of knives. But let's start with this knife of the day. Oh, this is my baby, plain and simple. This is still one of my number ones. I have talked about the knife maker of this knife with two previous knives, and I told you how much I love those two previous knives. It was the Spidey Chef and the Swiss Bowie, or Bowie. Well, this was Marcin Swiss' first collaboration with Spyderco, and it's the Spyderco Techno. And oh, I love this knife. I do. I'm going to talk about this knife that I just love. And part of it is when this knife first came into my possession, how it first came into my possession. Most people like the Techno. I know some people on YouTube who do reviews that I really respect don't like the Techno, and they give reasons for it. What I say about what I think, and it's just my opinion, when people bash the Techno, I think they're new coming to the Techno, and it's just like when a friend of mine talks about a new movie that they just love. They were surprised at how good it is, and then I finally get it. I buy it on iTunes after months of waiting, and I go, I don't get it. I don't like the movie. It's because they set high expectations on it. When they saw it, they didn't have high expectations, but they gave me so much high expectations that I go, it's an okay movie. I think that's what happened with the Techno. Let me tell you how I first grabbed the Techno. I have about 400 knives. I'm just a collector and an idiot and a freak and a knife lover like most of you guys who are all those things, but not in that order. But this Techno actually was my fourth knife ever. It followed the Spyderco Economics series. I call it the economy. Say, what do you call it? The cheap series of knives, right? The Resilience and all of those. Well, I bought them all from Amazon. At first I bought all my knives from Amazon because I'm an Amazon Prime person and I didn't know where else to buy them. I didn't know about Blade HQ and everything. And then I came across the Techno. I looked at a couple of things on YouTube. The Techno is my very first knife over $100. Yeah, it's my very first knife over $100. And when it came, it just blew me away. Now remember, I had been dealing with the knives that I love from Spyderco. They're entry-level knives, and getting cut with them and everything. This came and oh, it was so sturdy. For one thing, remember my first $100 over $100 knife, that titanium. It's so sturdy. Everything about this knife, including the blue backspacer, blew me away. So let's talk about, and it still blows me away every time I pull it out because it's so well put together. But again, I admit, one reason I love it so much is when it came into my life. So let's talk about this knife. It's so well done. It's unbelievable. First of all, you have that blade. This was Spyderco's first CTS XHP steel knife, believe it or not. Now they have whole series of knives with CTS XHP. That is a carpenter steel that Spyderco says is pretty much close to D2 steel. I have a lot of D2 knives, especially from Browse Blades. Jason Browse uses a lot of D2. It's a very strong blade. They also throw in with CTS XHP, it's a little bit more rust resistant as well. I loved how it's tumbled, the blade. I love how the handle's tumbled. It hides everything. It's just so well done. It fits in my hand perfect. I do like smaller knives, okay? So that's another reason. But man, it's just so well done. It opens great. 2.5 inch blade. That's about 2.3 inch with the edge. Thick stock. Full flat grind. It goes to that wonderful edge. Just so well done for EDC. You could just use it everywhere on EDC. Just under 6 inches total. So it's a small knife. Just under 6 inches total. 3.6 ounces. You know it's in your hand. It's so well balanced for a little knife that you don't feel those 3.6 ounces. I don't feel it when I carry it either. I told you about the titanium. This was my first titanium knife. This was my intro. This was really the introduction drug. After the resilience and all of that. This was my introduction drug. After this, I bought my first Chris Reeve knife from Amazon.com. Yeah, I went fast. This was the entry drug. But look, it had everything. I love the splash of blue on the back spacer, G10. Gives you a little. The jimping is a good jimping. It doesn't kill your thumb. Little rounded off. Everything about this is rounded. Just well done. And then, guess what I was introduced with early on in my collection of Spydercos. Early on, this was my 5th Spyderco. The wire clip. Yeah. So I bought this beast of a knife, finally dug into my pocket, finally thought, well, buying a knife, I just couldn't get my mind around more than $100 of knife. That's from Keith Kevin Kent. I've spent a lot more than that over the years. And look at that. Deep carry wire clip just blew me away. It had the Chris Reeve integral frame lock. Of course, I was messing with the inexpensive Spyderco, so I didn't have a frame lock. This is my first wonderful frame lock. So for me, it was my first. I wasn't a knife virgin, but I wasn't as experienced. This was my entry drug. So that's why I'm slobbering on it. But I'll tell you, it is a wonderful knife for EDC. It is just a wonderful knife. And as I said, for me at least, all of the Marcin Schlisch collaborations, all 3 of them are on top of my list. Just a wonderful knife. The clip is left, right, deep carry, only tip up. Yeah, I fell in love with tip up too with this knife. Hey, for me, this was a groundbreaking knife in my knife collecting times. It is still a wonderful knife, a perfect knife for EDC. It's a fat one, but that full flat grind, it doesn't slice as well as a thinner full flat grind, but it slices and it can take care of anything you need it to take care of, and it disappears in your pocket. I just love it. The knife of the day, oh my baby. It's the Spyderco Techno. Just a little tank of a knife from Spyderco in collaboration with Marcin Schlisch, who I just love. The first CTS XHP steel knife for Spyderco. That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hey, if you enjoy, by the way, I have 2 knives coming. They say they're delivered today. They will be delivered today. So we've got 2 special knives coming on the knife of the day. You'll see the first one tomorrow, if you're watching these every day. If you're enjoying this series, don't forget to give me thumb up. Let me know that this is what you want me to keep doing. I have a lot of knives to get through, and I'm enjoying going through my collection. And I'm enjoying the fact that you like it too. Don't forget to subscribe. That really helps me. And of course, turn on your notifications. I'm planning on doing the new knives regularly, but who knows? I might do one of them tonight and the second one tomorrow, since we do this series Monday through Friday. So turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of them. Hey, I really enjoyed talking to you guys and sharing the collection with you. You have a perfect day. Hey, take a little bit of time for yourself. All right, I know most of you are men. Just take a little time for yourself. Turn off all that social media. Trust me, you'll feel a lot better. I wish I would have done it 50 years ago. I would have been a better father, husband, grandfather, or whatever. You just need that little bit of time to let everything settle down each and every day. You guys have a perfect day. Keep those pockets full. Goodbye.